Hello and welcome to Gentle Yoga. This class has been designed for those who have been recovering through a breast cancer diagnosis and treatment. So if you're doing this class, then I assume that you've been cleared for some kind of movement practice by your doctor. So be sure you have that clearance before starting any movement-based program for your healing. So I'm going to start us today in a simple cross-leg position called Sukhasana. So make yourself nice and comfy on your mat. This class will be 30 minutes. We'll do a full range of motion for the whole body to get the blood moving, get some breath moving through the body so we can have that mind, body, spirit connection. So sitting in an easy Sukhasana, we're just going to start by moving the ribs in a roll, kind of like a hula hoop for the rib cage. Sitting up nice and tall through the crown of the head. Just breathing optimally. I don't want you to over breathe, which would be we don't need to hyperventilate. We want to be relaxed. But I do want you to be mindful of your breathing. Let's change directions. So I like to breathe like I'm smelling something I love. And then I know I've got a nice easy breath that's optimal for what my body needs at that moment. Okay, let's come back to center. Let's roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And now let's include the arms. We're going to inhale and move the arms up. Just go to where it's comfortable. If you can only move them up to here, that's okay. But we're just going to take them forward now and get a nice forward bend. Let your hips ooze back as you reach forward. Just keep breathing here. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then walk your hands back towards you. Roll the shoulders back and down. And let's bring the hands behind and let your fingertips face away from you. Shoulder blades are sliding down the ribs. Keep your gaze forward. We're here for 5, 4. Find this little back bend. 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll come back to a nice neutral spine. And I'm going to spider walk my hand out to the side and reach it over. If you're not able to reach arm overhead, just keep your hand on your hip. But we're getting a side bend here. So again, we're going to breathe here for 5, 4, 3, just ease into it, 2, and 1. Swoosh that arm over. Roll the shoulders and then spider walk right to the other side. Reach with intention or keep your arm down if you need to. Just breathing here, yawning through the rib cage for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach that back to center. Just kind of wiggle the shoulders a bit, coming back to neutral spine, because now we're going to twist. So I want you to bring your arms up and then let your spinal muscles twist you to one direction and then place your hands down. You're not using your hands to crank yourself deeply into this twist. These are just here for a contact point. Keep a sense of floating through the crown of the head. Ooh. Little bobblehead of the neck to be sure you're not tensing your neck and throat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just release that twist, little shimmy, and then to the other side. Bring the arms down and just breathe here nice and easy for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The arms back up, release, and then bring them down. Okay, so now we're going to come onto all fours. And then bring the hips back. And reach the arms out nice and long for child's pose. Now again, if you're not quite able to reach the arms overhead, just let them come out alongside your legs or out to the side. But if you're able to reach long, I'd like for you to do that so we can lengthen all the soft tissue in the armpit area and get some lengthening for the tissue surrounding lymph nodes. So just breathe here. Nice deep breaths going into the back. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to rise on up. And we're going to do a pose called gate pose. So I'm on my knees. And just have your hands on your hips. Find your balance now that we're upright. And then bring one leg out to the side, toes pointing up. This is already a balance pose. Can you feel that? But your core is stabilizing you and keeping you in a state of balance. But we want to open the side of the body here. So we're going to let the hands slide down the leg as we reach up and over for gate pose. So it's like we're a gate. So breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that down. We're gonna come to all fours to let that leg come in. And we'll do that for the other side. So bringing the leg out, let the toes point up. Keep a nice stable column here. And then we'll slide the hand down the leg and reach it over. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might hear a lawnmower outside. Just let it be part of the music that you're hearing in your head. All right, so now from here, let's come to standing. I'm going to move my laptop so I can get a full body view here. But I want you to come to standing. Okay. So from standing, we're going to stand in mountain pose. This is where we're standing with our feet right onto the hips. And as you're standing, your knees are not locked. Because when you lock your knees, your bum wants to stick out. It shortens and crunches up your lower back and it tightens your pelvic floor. So you can't breathe very well. So keep your knees a little bit soft. And then for mountain pose, we're going to do 3 half sun salutations. I actually need to move my mat away from the wall so I don't hit my wall. All right, so breathe with me here. I want you to look at my spine as you watch the screen. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, come to a forward bend. Just keep your hands just below your knees on your shin bones. This is important. Squeeze the shoulder blades down the back ribs so we can strengthen the upper back and open the chest. Take a breath in here. Exhale, forward bend. And then strong for the feet. Inhale as you rise back up the tall mountain. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to do that as a flow 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhale, slide your hands down your legs for that forward bend. Slide the hands up the shins just below the knees for that flat back. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Breastbone is long. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach it up to tall mountain. Hands to your heart. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach it up. And come into mountain pose. Now from mountain pose, hands on the hips, I want you to step 1 foot forward. I've got my right foot forward. Step back your left foot. Have it so that the whole foot can be on the ground. And your front foot is facing straight ahead. The angle on your back foot is slight. Okay, so we've just got a little bit of like an inner rotation happening with the back leg, just a little bit. And we're gonna bend the front knee while reaching back through the back heel. So from here, let's reach the arms up, and this is warrior one. If you want to really open the breast tissue, come into cactus arms. So I'll show you from this angle. Cactus arms will really open the soft tissue around the breast and armpit area, or you can keep it lifted up. Come back to my side view. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the arms down, step the back foot forward, and then come right into the other side, keeping your left foot forward, right foot back. Find that slight angle of the back foot so the whole foot's down. We're going to bend the left knee while reaching back through the back heel. Always take time to find the base. And then from here, you build the spine up. So find this length in the front of the spine and the back of the spine as we bring the arms up. Keep breathing here. Again, if you want to find those cactus arms, that's always a nice option too. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back to the heart. Step the feet together. Return to mountain pose. Take a nice breath in here. Side out. Now we're going to step wider with the legs. Stepping back nice and wide, and this time you're facing more of the long side of your yoga mat. Your back foot is mostly parallel to the short side of your yoga mat, maybe angled in a little bit. Front foot toes are facing straight ahead. We're going to bend the knees, and this is a big opening in the inner legs. A lot of lymph nodes here that we're opening up here. Keep that knee going towards the second and third toe of that front foot. Don't let it cave in. Keep this column nice and strong in the center. And then we'll bring our arms out shoulder height. Looking over the front hand. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down. We're just going to pivot the heel so the toes are facing forward, and then pivot your feet to go to the other side. So now my left toes are facing forward, my back foot, my right foot is slightly angled in. I'm going to bend the knee, and this is a different hip experience here, so take your time. Let the inner groins open up. Nice and tall in the spinal column. And then we'll bring out the arm, shoulder height, gazing over the middle finger. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring the arms down. Pivot so that the toes are facing straight ahead. Just keep the legs wide. And now we're going to pivot the heels in just a little bit. I'm going to adjust my camera so that we can see a little bit better what my feetsies are doing. That's better. My arms will be cut off, but that's okay. So heels are in line with each other. Toes are facing out. We're going to bend down, bend the knees to squat down. Bring the arms up and squeeze those shoulder blades back for cactus arms. Now this will be the strongest pose of our practice. So if your knees are not happy with this, stand with your legs more straight and focus on the arms. But we're going to exhale as we squat down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Find your squat. Your knees are like wanting to point to the wall behind you. We'll do 5 of those. Inhale, exhale. This is 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold it. Smile. Feel how strong you are. Smile, breathe, love your life. We are here together. Good. Hands on the hips. Lift those toes, point straight ahead. Shimmy the knees, and we're going to fold forward. Hands just below the knees for that flat back again. Keep breathing here. Crown of the head is reaching to what's in front of you. Maybe it's your computer. Keep breathing here. And then soften the knees, rise up. And now let's come back to sitting. Okay, keep my computer there for us. So we're going to do a little bit for the hips and shoulders. And I'd like for you to have your legs out long. Sit nice and tall, have your hands alongside you so your hands are at the hips. And this is called Dandasana, staff pose. And I want you to feel that your ribs are not flared out to get a long spine. So I'll show you from the side. Sitting up nice and tall. It's like I'm purposefully tilting the top of my pelvis forward and lengthening up through my core muscles to accomplish this height. If you have like a sofa blanket or a beach towel or something you want to fold up and place under your hips to sit on to give you that little tilt to the pelvis, that's a good option to have. But I purposefully designed this class to be prop-free for an easy at-home practice. Okay, let's just breathe here. We're going to do 5 breaths like we're blowing out a birthday candle to strengthen our core muscles. So take a breath in like you're smelling something you love. And just return to your natural breathing. Bend your knees a little bit, bring your heels in closer, and lean forward so your belly is making contact with your thighs. I want you to keep your breastbone long here, so we're not even at all thinking about the upper back here. I want us to focus on the lower back and the hips, so we're keeping our belly towards the thighs, reaching long with the breastbone. Spider walk your hands forward. And then when you feel like you've gotten to the place of no return, that this is where you are, start to maybe straighten your legs. And you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of the leg. That's what you want. You want the back of the legs, the hips, and the lower back to feel like they're getting a nice lengthening and a release here. If you feel any pulling in your spine itself, bend your knees even more. But let's be here. You can hold your feet up. Otherwise, hold on to your shins. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let your hands help you to come up. Now from here, we're going to keep the right leg nice and long in front of you. Cross your left ankle on top of the thigh. It's like you're making a number 4, but it's backwards from you, upside down from you rather. And keeping your spine nice and tall, we're just going to lean into it. And just feel a little bit of a deeper opening in the hips themselves. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And inhale up. Keep your legs as they are. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see where we're headed. So you're still in that number 4. I'm going to bring the arms out to the side. So now I have my left leg on top. So that means my right arm is going to reach up and bend at the elbow to pat myself on the back. My left arm is going to roll in and reach behind. And this is going to be opening, again, the breast tissue, shoulders, my elbows are yawning back to what's behind me, and I'm sitting up nice and tall. This is a modification of a pose called cow face pose. Because it's like my ears are making my arms are making the ears of a cow, and my legs are a snout. So just sit up nice and tall here. Let's focus on the arms and the chest opening. Good. Release the arms down. Let your hands help that leg come back out. And we'll do that for the other side. So help your hands, let your hands help your leg, make that number 4. We're going to start with just a forward bend here. Now flex your feet like you're standing on something and just lean into it. Just a little bit. Keep your breastbone long. It's always like a sense of rising through the breastbone. And that's just to prevent the slumping that we just so naturally fall into. Shoulder blades sliding down the back ribs, breastbone long is the way to go. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And inhale as we sit back up. Keeping the right leg on top, let's reach out the arms. We're going to let the left arm come up now, bend at the elbow, roll in the right shoulder, and bring it behind. Your hands will not be touching, they don't need to, but they have contact with your back. So like your left palm is patting yourself on the back, but the right hand, it's the back side of the hand that's touching your back. So your palm is facing away from you. Sit up nice and tall, yawn those elbows back. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your arms, help your leg get undone. Sit in Dandasana just for a breath or two so the knees can equalize. And now we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Soles of the feet together, holding on to the ankles or the shin bones. They can roll the shoulders back and down for Cobbler's pose. Now we're opening the pelvic floor, opening the inner legs and the hips. Let's breathe here for 5 nice breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, keep the legs as they are. We're just going to lean into it just a hair. Keep that breastbone nice and tall. And it's like you're just curiously looking over what's just past my toes here so that you can get a nice lengthened forward fold here. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift those hands, help the legs come back together. And now we're going to lie down on our backs. I'm going to take out my hair clip. I always tell anyone that's got a ponytail or a hair clip right at the back of the skull, take it down when you're lying down, because you don't want to have to move around it, because it'll compromise your spinal alignment when you're lying down. So let's lay on back. And then bring the knees into the chest, Uttanasana, wind relieving pose. This is a wonderful pose. Again, it's a nice compression for the lymphatic system that's down in the belly and the groins area. Perfectly, just wonderful for the digestive system, excretory system. Get some nice, good diaphragmatic breathing in here. There's a video on diaphragmatic breathing on our YouTube channel that I hope you'll find. And it's a wonderful practice that you could do at any time of day, anywhere. But breathing in nice and deep will help the belly swell up to meet the thighs, but the thighs are on the belly, so it's giving it a nice little pressure massage there. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release the legs down.
And then inchworm walk your feet to meet the edges of your mat. Your knees are still bent. And we're just going to let the knees sway from right to left like they're windshield wipers. So options for the arms here is to keep the hands just relaxed on the tummy. You can go back to those cactus arms or maybe like a diamond shape if you want to open up that soft tissue around the breast. Either is just fine, but I want you to start to bring your mind, breath, movement, awareness all together here. Letting your inhales and exhales match the rhythm of your windshield wipers. This is such a wonderful massage of the lymphatic system as well, because those groins, that lymphatic system, the nodes that are in the groin area are getting a nice compression and then a release. And let your breath help that process. The more that you're able to breathe optimally through the whole of you, the more your soft tissue can swell to receive your breath and just help the whole beautiful movement along. Windshield wipers is one of my absolute favorite go-to desert island yoga poses, practices. It just checks all the boxes for me. On restoration, rejuvenation, relaxation, all the R's. All right, now let's come to our final pose. This is called Shavasana. Rest and relaxation. So have the arms alongside the body, palms facing up, and let your legs come out nice and long. If this is not comfortable for your lower back, you can have a little pillow under your knees, or you can just come to sit upright for a seated meditation. But Shavasana, this rest and relaxation pose, is intended to integrate your mind, body, breath, and spirit. Connecting with the cellular movement of energy that you feel. You feel this radiating heartbeat. You can feel the movement in your legs, your groins, your torso, your arms, your hands, wherever you feel it. Just bring your mind to it like you're gazing at it. And just breathe. Shavasana is a pose you can do in bed if you have trouble sleeping. Just focusing on the whole of you, like you're a gingerbread cookie cut out. As you lay in bed, just feel the whole of you, the periphery of you. And just breathe and feel how your breath moves that gingerbread cookie shape. Expansion, release. Expansion, release. Be here for about 1 more minute. Just breathing and noticing. Please give yourself a Shavasana. This might be the most focused time you have to truly rest and hit the reset button. It's so important. So we're going to now just gently bend the knees and place the feet on the mat. Wiggle your fingers, just kind of shimmy slowly. And then roll onto your right side and let your hands help you to push up to a comfortable seat. I'm going to come back to that Sukhasana, the easy pose, but you can have your legs out long. And we just acclimate to this upright orientation. I want you to keep this beautiful state of yoga, this mind, body, breath connection. Quality of stillness and presence. The fun now begins, and we maintain this level of presence and beauty throughout the rest of the day. Continue to feel your breath as you bring your palms together at your heart.
Giving thanks to yourself for coming to your yoga practice today. This beautiful, curious exploration of how mind, body, breath, and spirit come together. Take a breath in and sigh it out. Thank you. If you like this video, if it felt really good for you, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There'll be lots of offerings to help you find your best self in mind, body, and spirit.